Welcome to our behind the scenes get to meet the person, the players, and the cast, I guess you would consider them. We'll just do it, see how we're feeling, introduce the D&D set a tiny bit. It's a work in progress. We're still working on it. So we'll start with me. I'm Spencer. I have played several characters throughout the podcast history. In the first campaign, I played Amphitryon, and I played Peter Wolfsbane. In the current campaign, I started off with Prototor, who took a leave of absence, and Pug replaced him. And yeah, a lot of my characters are some of them are pretty similar to how I am. Some of them make no sense at all. So D&D is a tabletop role-playing game that uses a 7 dice system with the primary dice being D20, and it is genuinely whatever you want it to be. Like, you have complete control over what happens, and the things you want to do are left up to just how good your luck is when rolling. So it can be anything. It can be a space adventure. It can be a western. It can be a I live in a city and go to a 9 to 5. Whatever you want it to be, that's what D&D is. So I started on D&D basically at the senior year of high school. Yeah, a couple of my buddies said we want to learn D&D, and actually, you know them. It's the Baldermans. Micah and David were the ones that got us into it, and then we played. We've been playing for like 4 years. We played for 3 years, and then we decided, you know what? Let's record it. Let's put it online. Just see what happens. Like, if it blows up, fantastic. If it doesn't, it's just a thing we do to hang out. And so we started recording it, putting it up. We workshopped a lot of names. I think one of the big ones were like Dice Goblins R Us. That was a runner. Um, we had a logo made, and yeah, just kind of we just started recording what we like ourselves playing. That's how it's been since the beginning. So Tyranny of Dragons is a combination of two D&D 5e games that are just kind of packed into one. And honestly, it was just one that sounded fun. We took a hiatus just due to conflicts and scheduling to set up for Curse of Strahd. And when we came back, we just didn't feel attached to those characters anymore, and we figured it was time to move on with characters and in a new world. Well, not in a new world. It's in the same world, but different time, different settings with new characters, and start a new thing from scratch on the podcast, which we did not do with Curse of Strahd. My character's Prototor is a very secretive character. He has a lot of things he doesn't tell, like his, physical appearance. He kept quiet until the very end. He's a pathological liar and very much does what he wants. And he left for the greater good to control these, or not control, to raise these two by nature evil dragons, hopefully to benefit the world. And then Pug entered in, and Pug is even worse. He does not care about anything but himself and his goals, and he does not go by any one name. He goes by whatever name he wants at the time. And hopefully being with the party, he'll learn a little bit more about what it means to be a good person. He's also a monster hunter by trade, and he is very adamant about what constitutes a monster. Very adamant. And yeah, Pug, I won't lie, Pug is the most fun to play. His accent, his voice is never consistent the same, but the character is designed that way. So he is all about him, and it's not great for the party, but it's fun, and it adds a lot of fun and joy to the game. And I've worked very closely with Devin, the DM, to build him into the world and really make sure he feels real. So yeah, that's kind of Pug's uh, thing. Same with Prototor. Very selfish characters. That's kind of the end. So here, I guess we'll start. We have a custom wood burned by a very dear friend of the podcast. Her name's Lydia. We have our emblem custom wood burned. We have modular lights over here to just fit whatever setting we need. For in the daytime, it's bright yellow. If it's in a crowded room, or if it's in like a field or forest, it can be green. Whatever color works. Spare dice. I have too many dice. That's a lie. I don't. There's never enough dice. We're hanging these up. We have a mini, kind of our assortment of minis that we currently have put up. And then my favorite part of the room, we have sword wall. Sword wall is a collection of various weapons. They're all dull. None of them are sharp. But I think they really make this room. And then we have ambient lights above us that are designed just so we can actually see what we roll with the colored lights. And then we play on this table. The table we're working on upgrading. I built it myself, and I'll be honest, it's not the best table. It's got some not great features, but it really works for what we do. It has tons of space for us, and I'm very attached to it. But we're working on giving it an upgrade. Going to replace it with whole new table at some point, whenever we get to it. But yeah, so this is the room as of now. We are constantly working on upgrading it and improving it, putting our own spin, maybe make it less echoey in here, because that's an option. You can't hear it because we're wearing mics for this, but yeah, it's definitely echoey when we play. So yeah, so that's the room. Yeah, we also have t-shirts that we can make, and fully anyone who wants to buy a t-shirt, we'll sell these t-shirts. I'll get some merch. Let us know. We'll work on getting an online store up. So I'm a full-time college student. I work part-time as well. I have a very solid interest in medicine and helping people, and I'm working towards getting accepted into medical school. So that's a lot of my things. A hobby of mine is skateboarding and archery. I can do either of those. Can't do them in the winter, but I can totally do them in the spring, summer, and fall. So those are the things I do outside of the podcast, hanging with friends and that sort of thing. Another hobby that I have picked up is learning traditional sword fighting, and the interest in medicine really helps me know exactly what my character does to an opponent. Sometimes getting, I will admit, slightly too visceral. That's on me. My bad. I worked on kind of toning it down when I realized it, but it does help me know and understand how that works in fighting. I try not to be like my characters for the Tyranny of Dragons, who are very selfish and self-serving. I don't want to be that, but I won't lie. Amphitryon, he was a good guy. He's a very caring guy. So a lot of my love for medicine and traditional swordplay really impact how the characters act and how they move. But other than that, I tend to keep the characters fairly separate from myself. At least I like to think so. So moving forward, we're trying really hard to get video feed of the campaigns and our sessions uploaded. We're running into some snags. We're working on it. But I won't lie. I can't say consistent episodes because schedules get busy. Things happen. We can't play every time. We've been doing pretty good so far, but I can't promise anything. But we do it 3 Tuesdays a week. We upload, or 3 Tuesdays a month we upload. I try to keep it consistent, but it's just to expect from us. We're working on the podcast, constantly working on upgrading audio. The podcast is our main. We have all of the sessions that we've played for it uploaded there. You can find them like anywhere: Spotify podcast, Apple podcast, Anchor podcast. Yeah, that's good. Look that one up. We're also on all the socials. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. Don't know if we're on Facebook. We should get on Facebook if we're not. YouTube. Our current venture is getting the podcast audio fixed up and getting us onto YouTube consistently. And I'm working on trying to backlog all of our sessions onto YouTube. Or if you'd rather listen through YouTube, listen through YouTube. But yeah, that's really what I'm focusing on now. I edit the podcasts, so if you have any notes, give me a call. Yeah, comment everything down below. We'll have our links to our podcast and the easiest way to listen to talk to us. I put polls on Spotify podcasts, and you can always give us your thoughts there. Yeah, reach out anywhere. Like, you can find us on everything. I think I put us on iHeartRadio too. I haven't tested that, but I'm pretty sure I'm up there. So if you ever wanna figure out iHeartRadio, give us a shout there. But yeah, that is me. That is what we're doing. We're really trying to make this something good. So we hope you stick around for it and you at least enjoy the content and the goofing around. Let me know, would you guys want blooper reels from the podcast? We have a lot of outtakes. So if you want to hear them, we can do something with that. Yeah, I'll do the good old-fashioned YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. Get that notification bell on. We should be doing, hopefully, assuming that we're able to get our cast members to do this, meet each of the cast members following me. And we are really looking forward to playing and having you guys along for the journey. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next episode.